fish day or something. Check it out. Holy oh yes. There's certainly no bloody freebies today. Good morning YouTube. Welcome back to another amazing edition of Black Creek NZ. Today we've headed to the back blocks and we're fishing a river that's got browns and rainbows. Well, I'm assuming it's got browns and rainbows. I've never actually fished here before. We're doing a bit of a recce upstream, advance to contact, see who's about, and hopefully pick up something on this dry dropper rig I'm just tying up. We're going to go with a Royal Wolf and maybe about a size 16 pheasant tail unweighted. The river's it's not a very big river. In fact, it's more of a stream, which suits my fishing style. Yeah, we'll go a Royal Wolf on about a 12-14 foot leader, and then about a, I don't know, 1.5 foot of the dirty old Trout Hunter ×5 down to a size 16 pheasant tail or something along those lines. Something small. I think small is going to be the order of the day. There's not heaps of water up here, so getting a deep drift shouldn't be an issue, so probably don't need anything too weighted. Yeah, and that's what we'll do. That's a nice scruffy nymph. We'll tie this on, bimble upstream, thrash the rod wildly about, and see if the fish ends up on it. Rightio, we'll flick the gear back on once we are moving. Chahoo! Just experiencing a minor traction issue at the moment, which will soon be resolved, hopefully, with some light engineering. Huge hatch, monstrous hatch going off, bugs everywhere, but no fish. Jingos. And some other very exciting news, the GoPro Hero 9. Quite excited to get this one rolling and see if we can film the fish. We filmed some deer with it the other day. Jingos, what are we up to? We've just thumped over a yearling with the bloody 7mm Rem Mag and scrambling down the hill, 200-yard shot. Seekers found our deer. There's the doornail. Nice little yearling. Cuckoo, cuckoo. Bloody beauty. Sure. We'll take that one. Ahoy hoy. Just fired a couple of rounds out of the 7mm Rem Mag. I don't know if you can see it there, but we've followed this blood trail up. one big dead deer. Time to quickly do some butchering and then try to go find the second one. Chahoo. Bloody beauty. Alright, we just shot 2 deer, picked up the other one back there in the bush, and I've got another one just over here. Disturbed cut up grass. A bit of deer here. A bit of blood, scrape marks, and there she blows. Well, it's about 7:15. We've just had 3 deer walk out, and the 7mm Rem Mag has snotted 2 of them. This fella here jumped the fence. Little yearling. And somewhere down here is the other one. Looking for a deer anywhere around here. I was standing next to its mate and I shot it through the shoulder. Oh, here we go. Another yearling. Oh yes, that's dead. Beauty. Some nice tender venison for the barbecue. Cracker. Not a real early start this morning. Left the hut at 6. Spotted 2 deer on that ridge down there. Stalked up along the edge of the bush line, and hopefully down this little spur here there's going to be one very dead neck shot red yearling. Just as I was coming along the fence, I managed to spot a couple through the scrub. Look through the scope, 3 stand in there, probably about 50 yards. Good solid hit on one, saw one drop. Let's give it a couple of minutes for it to bleed out, and then we'll go down and have a look. Just a little Bambi neck shot. All good. We'll save them for another day when the freezer's not as full. Yes, just in time for Christmas barbecues. Rightio. Well, we just stood on a bloody little fingerling. He shot out from underneath my boot, a little brown. That's good, that's the first fish we've seen. Talking to a couple of local legends, they said that this catchment used to fish really, really well. About 3 or 4 years ago though, there was this quite large flood came through, blasted the snot out of the place, and it's been recovering ever since. Now there should still be fish in here, and as you guys know, I am quite prepared to walk all day for one cast at one large fish, in the hope that the fish is having a bad day, makes a regrettable life choice and ends up in front of the camera lens. We're just going to have to sneak along nice and quiet. Now, it may be a case of kilometres per fish instead of fish per kilometre. So to make every opportunity count, going to have accurate long range casting, delicate presentation, stealth, and a little bit of grace. None of these qualities I possess. I wonder if I've forgotten what a trout looks like in the water, which is why I can't seem to spot any. It is a possibility. It is a distinct possibility. So far it's been pretty bloody quiet, which isn't unusual. We do get the odd slow start. The water's amazing though, like I should be seeing fish in these pools it runs. It is spectacular scenery. We just need a trout. Well, we've seen saw one little fingerling back there, but yeah, a couple of 3-pounder somewhere around there. Heaps of insect life, like there are nymphs, there are flies, there's big hatches going across the pools, there's plenty of cover, there's everything except the abundant population of trout. Is it a wasted day? Definitely not. Bloody good to get out and stretch your legs, spend some time out in the Ulu. Those tops up there look awfully bloody tempting, eh? My knees are cringing at the thought of it though. There's one. It's pretty good brown actually. Well, we've taken 5 minutes out to have a cheese and relish sandwich. I don't know where the fish are. I reckon old mate was on the money when he said there was that big flood, and since then she hasn't been flash. The fish that I saw downstream turned out to be not a fish, turned out to just to be a shadow, which got cast at quite a few times. I guess it was just a refraction of the water and the current making it look like it was swimming. But oh well, ho-hum, no fish. Well, weather's nice, scenery's nice, not totally wasted. We'll finish our delicious sandwich and then I guess we're just going to keep walking upstream until we either find a fish or run out of day. That's probably about it. Yeah, as far as courses of action go, it's probably as good as any. A fish. A tiny little fish. Well, that's 3. He looks like a little rainbow. I think that was a little rainbow. Well, that's 3 fish we've seen. All about the size of a angry sardine. Maybe not even an angry sardine. There's got to be a fish in here somewhere, like there's got to be a bigger fish in here somewhere. Surely. Surely. Although, maybe it's just a spawning creek. That could explain why there's no big fish in here yet. Maybe the big fish move up here to spawn and then disappear off downstream out to the main river. That's a theory. Quick sit rep. We have packed up the rod, packed up the big camera, Done a bit of bush bashing up the hill. We've dropped back down in front of that gorgy section. I'm going to leave everything packed up until I see a fish, and that should cause maximum inconvenience, maximising Murphy's Law, and that you generally see a fish when you're not ready. We will use Murphy's Law with whatever remaining skill set we have in the hope of sighting a large brown trout, or maybe a rainbow, or maybe a small trout. Anything except for an eel. Rightio. Onward. Well team, it is time to beat the retreat. We have hit our limit of exploitation for the day, and we need to get back to the car park to RV with the boy. The boy is currently tramping somewhere out here, and at 1500 we need to be at the car park. The time now is 14:32, and we've got about, I think we're about 5 k's, yeah, along the track. So we best turn the camera off, stop waffling, and start yomping like a madman, because we've got some k's to burn. Sure, made the RV, hanging out with this dude now. Thanks for coming along on another amazing Black Creek adventure. Pity there's no fish today, but he can't catch them if they're not there. Anywho, I'm about poked. We're gonna boost into town, grab something to eat and drink, and then we'll see you fellas in the next one.